Hello, you got locked in your show with your girl here, Tasha T, bringing you another episode of How to Shine Your Light. How to Shine Your Light is brought to you by Light Communications. Continuing on with our parenting series today, I want to tell you to stop empowering your children when you know they are wrong. A lot of us need to hear this message. We fail to tell our children no, we fail to tell them stop, and we fail to tell them go sit down. Go sit down. You understand? So that's how we get in a lot of these situations, because we're not telling our children no, we empowering them in foolishness. Also, you want example? Prime example. Your child getting a problem in school. Before you even figure out what's going on, you gone up in the school. Most of the time, the angst is directed at the teacher. So you gone in the school to cause off the teacher, to threaten the teacher, whatever you're doing with this teacher. And then at the end of the day, you still expect that teacher to educate your child. You still expect that teacher to put out 110% for your child. And it ain't just one, It's a lot of us going up there in the school doing that. We terrorizing the teacher them. Right, wrong, or indifferent, we terrorizing the teacher them. I not want to say that the teachers in point they are like the teachers we had in the past. I'm pretty sure in the past, our parents and our grandparents weren't going up in the school terrorizing nobody. And you know why that is? That is because we fail to discipline our children. We fail to tell them when they're wrong. We fail to tell them no. We ain't telling our children no, so now they thinking they could do anything. People tell your children no, even if you could do it. Don't make these children feel like they're entitled to every and anything. They're disrespecting you, you're still buying game. They're disrespecting you, you're still buying phone. They're still playing the PS3. They still could go and come how they want. You're still buying them a car. Oh, don't get me started on the car. You buy them a car in a car that they wanted. They wanted an Audi and end up with a Benz. Oh, it's a problem, a tantrum. They're showing at you there wondering, why you do wrong? But I thought you would have liked this Benz. Seriously? Tell your children no, tell your children stop, tell your children go sit down. Another example, you are more, you and your child and another child getting a problem. You ain't trying to quell that problem. You want to get involved in children affairs where you want to fight the other child or put your hands on the other child for your child. You don't know what role your child playing in the situation. You're only hearing one story. You understand? You gone there based off of the story you hear to know as an adult get involved in these child behaviors. Sometimes them kind of thing don't go well. But it could never go well, because how are you as an adult getting into your business on that level? To parent in a situation like that, you need to figure out, okay, what going on, get a whole story. Who is this child? Where are their parents? You want a meeting? You need to talk. If you're living in a place like where you live in 10 to 1, you know the child. You know the parents. You get on your phone and your car and say, listen, our vibes going down here between X, Y, and Z, and we need to get involved and we need to quell this before it go any further. That's how you parent a situation like that. Not propagating a pocketness, especially if your child in the wrong. How much I got to defend my child in the public, but in the private I will tell them they're wrong. That won't make no sense, because the energy you won't take to defend your child in the public, you empowering them in the wrong, and you setting them up on the wrong road. As a parent, you should never steer your child down a wrong path. And that is the wrong path when you choose to not discipline your child. When you choose to go up in the people them school. When you choose to fight another child for your child. I have a lot of parents with that, Oh, they touch my child. I will do this and do that to a child. You're going to do this and you're going to do that to a child. Now your same child could be the one causing the problem, but you don't know, because you're so blinded. And that whole mentality what we're talking about, it takes a village. It only takes a village when somebody get in trouble. Before, when everybody good, nobody don't know it take a village. Your own friend, your own relative can correct your child. Your own friend and your own relative can correct your child. And I heard from a parent some days ago. they getting warned by the child. Oh, don't discipline this person child, and don't discipline that person child, and this and that. And she tell them, no, listen, you know I gonna discipline. So if you don't want your child disciplined, don't bring your child here. And I agree. If you don't want your child disciplined, don't bring your child here. You want a village. When you want to go balancing and when you want to drop off child and you need a sit and you need this and you need that. But then them same children you dropping off, you want to tell me you dropping them off in my space and I can't talk to them? I a hostage now in my house and I doing you a favor? So we ain't doing that. Okay? We ain't doing that. If you're going to take a village, take a village all the way around. When you hear some stories, because my parents are older, so my father passed away, but my mom, they was of a different generation. Their generation was way back when to get around they used to have to travel on donkeys. Okay, so that's my parents' generation. I the last 12 children. Okay, so you know what's going on with me. I come from an older school, and so from my parents' era, okay, I would hear the stories. They don't even got to know what they hear is true. Let they had no phone. They had no cell phone. How they used to get this intel? They at work or they at home or they out in the field somewhere. By the time you reach home from school, you're ready for a cutback say because message don't reach to your doorstep that you disrespect somebody or you ain't tell somebody, man, that somebody see you in something what look suspicious. They ain't checking for the details. They ain't checking for the details. And don't think when you down the road doing a pack and this, somebody can't hold you up down there and bust your backside and then send you home for more licks. That's the village mentality that we don't know. Your own sibling, your own parent, the grandparent, nobody can discipline your child, can't tell your child nothing. And you could see where we are with that. You could see where we are with that. And now I ain't advocating for anybody to put their hand on your child. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is discipline goes way beyond physical intervention. Discipline is offering your advice, offering your support. But a lot of people out here, this new age parenting, a lot of these younger parents, you can't tell them nothing. How you expect to tell it to their child? You understand? So that's why I adapt this philosophy. I gonna talk and I gonna share and I gonna guide and I gonna put my gems out there for all who ready to accept or ready to be open to some of the concepts what I'm talking about. You see me? I ain't coercing, I ain't forcing, I don't even care if you take me on or not. Because at the end of the day, whoever will be impacted by it if you're not there yet. And that's okay. You understand? So if I'm meeting with resistance and I only trying to give you the heads up for your own good, you know what my stance is? Okay. I understand. No, do your thing. It's all good. And I done with that. Go blow your breeze. Go blow your breeze. So, this another harsh one where we really need to stop empowering our children in foolishness. When they wrong, pull them up. When they need to be disciplined, discipline them. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they came into the house. This was a man, right? They came into the house with his child and the child's mother, whatever, right? And the child said something to the mother that he didn't like. The mother was like, "Stop," or something, or what, and he went up behind him and he let him know he was there, and he let him know it was rude, and he let him know that he ain't right. He let him know that. And that's what we need to do, parents. Sometimes the one parent is slipping. Sometimes the one parent, like I say, you won't only parent based on what it is you went through and what you come across, Sometimes it's the two extremes. We talk about that already. So if you find that the one parent slacking, that's your child too. And have that conversation open so parents know where your limitations are in the rearing process. If you know that this child getting away with a little bit too much and the child bordering and disrespectful, because once that tree done all, It can't be bent and it can't be shaped just so, you know. The act of God it will need. So while it limber, while it young, while you can turn it here and turn it there and mold it, make sure, parents, make sure we molding it the proper way. Tell your children no. Tell your children stop. Tell your children go sit down and stop leveraging your children on social media for likes. Stop having your children them disrespect you on social media for likes. Stop having your children them slack out on social media for likes. Stop that. All of that is a part of it too. You had it locked and you've been chilling with your girl here, Tasha T, bringing you another episode of How to Shine Your Light. How to Shine Your Light is brought to you by Light Communications. Don't forget Light Communications for all of your public relations and communications needs. Hit me up, Natasha, at lightcommunications.com. Have a wonderful day. Blessings.